Weather Forecast Script, version 3 2000, 500 words. A dangerous and significant winter weather pattern is taking shape across the United States, and this is going to bring serious impacts that require your immediate attention and preparation. We are looking at a powerful Arctic air mass diving south, bringing with it the coldest temperatures we have seen so far this season, wind chills that could reach life-threatening levels in some areas, and multiple rounds of snow that are going to create hazardous conditions for travel and daily activities. This is not a quick-moving system. This is a multi-day event that is going to affect tens of millions of people from the northern plains all the way through the Midwest and into the Ohio Valley. More than 60 million people are in the path of this dangerous weather system. We are talking about actual air temperatures that could plummet to -30 degrees in the hardest-hit locations. We are talking about wind chills, which is what it actually feels like outside, that could reach -50 degrees. At those wind chills, frostbite can develop on exposed skin in less than 5 minutes. We are also talking about snow. Not from one system, but from two separate Alberta Clipper systems that are going to move through and drop accumulating snow across the same areas. Some locations could see total snow accumulations of 6 to 9 inches when you combine both systems together. The timeline for this event starts this afternoon Thursday and runs all the way through Sunday morning. The most dangerous period, when we see the extreme cold and most hazardous wind chills, will be Saturday night into Sunday morning. That gives you a preparation window of today, Thursday and tomorrow Friday to get ready. These 2 days are critical. This is when you need to take action. Stock up on supplies, make sure your heating system is working, and have a plan for how you are going to weather this storm safely. What I am going to do in this forecast is walk you through the complete picture. I am going to show you the timeline hour by hour so you know when conditions deteriorate in your specific area. I am going to break down the temperatures city by city so you can see exactly how cold it is going to get where you live. I am going to give you the snowfall totals for your location. I am going to explain why the wind chills are so dangerous. And most importantly, I am going to give you specific action steps you can take right now to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Let's dive into the details. Right now, as we speak on Thursday morning, we already have below average temperatures across much of the northern half of the United States. But what we are experiencing right now is mild compared to what is coming over the next several days. Up in Western Canada and Alaska, there is a massive dome of high pressure that is associated with very cold air, and over the next 48 to 72 hours, that high pressure is going to sink southward and allow that Arctic air to spill into the United States. This is a classic pattern that meteorologists recognize as an Arctic outbreak, and when we see this setup, we know significant cold is on the way. At the same time the cold air is moving south, we have a series of low-pressure systems that are going to develop and move along the boundary between the cold air and the warmer air to the south. These are called Alberta Clippers because they originate in the Canadian province of Alberta, and they move, or clip, quickly across the United States. These systems are typically fast-moving and compact, but they can produce narrow bands of moderate to heavy snow that drop several inches in just a few hours. The challenge with clippers is that they move so fast that the weather can change dramatically in a short period of time. What makes this particular event so concerning is that we are dealing with multiple threats simultaneously. We have the snow, which creates slippery roads and reduced visibility. We have the extreme cold that follows right behind the snow. We have strong winds that create blowing and drifting snow even after the precipitation ends. And we have those winds combining with the cold temperatures to create dangerous wind chills. When you add all of these elements together, you have a significant and potentially dangerous weather situation that people need to take seriously. Let me give you the complete timeline so you understand exactly when each part of this system is going to impact your area. Knowing the timing helps you plan your activities and make smart decisions over the next several days. This afternoon Thursday, starting around 3 p.m., our first Clipper system begins to develop across the northern plains. Snow will start to break out in South Dakota. By 4 p.m., Thursday afternoon, Bismarck, North Dakota will be seeing snow developing and spreading. By 5 p.m., that snow is moving into Iowa. Sioux City will start to see snow arriving. Des Moines will see the first flakes by around 6 p.m. Thursday evening. By 7 p.m. Thursday evening, we reach the first peak of intensity. At this time, a narrow but potent band of snow is going to be stretched from South Dakota through Iowa and into Illinois. The heaviest snow during this evening time period will be focused from eastern Iowa through central Illinois. Cedar Rapids will be experiencing heavy snow. Springfield, Illinois will be getting hammered. Peoria will be in the thick of the heaviest snow. Bloomington, Illinois will see intense snowfall. During this peak time, snowfall rates could reach 1 inch per hour in the most intense portions of the band. That is heavy enough to quickly cover roads and create hazardous driving conditions. If you live in this corridor and you have plans to be out Thursday evening, you need to understand that road conditions are going to deteriorate very quickly between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Thursday evening. What might be clear roads at 5 p.m. could be snow-covered and slippery by 7 p.m. By 9 p.m. Thursday night, that band of snow shifts further to the east and impacts Indiana. Indianapolis will be seeing its heaviest snow around 9 to 11 p.m. Thursday night. Fort Wayne will be in moderate to heavy snow. Bloomington, Indiana will be getting hit. Moving south, Louisville, Kentucky starts to see snow develop during this time frame, though the heaviest amounts will be a bit further north. Come midnight and into the early morning hours of Friday, the heavy snow is now focused across southern Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Cincinnati will experience its heaviest snowfall between midnight and 3 a.m. Friday morning. Dayton will be seeing steady accumulating snow overnight. Lexington, Kentucky will have moderate snow through the overnight period. Charleston, West Virginia will be dealing with accumulating snow. This overnight timing is significant because it means that people who have to commute Friday morning in these areas are going to be dealing with several inches of snow on the roads. By 7 a.m. Friday morning, when people are heading to work, the first clipper is beginning to wind down. The heavy snow has ended, but light snow and flurries will continue across West Virginia and into Virginia during the Friday morning hours. The main story Friday morning becomes dealing with the snow that fell overnight. Roads will be snow-covered. Parking lots will need to be plowed. Driveways will need to be shoveled. By early Friday afternoon around 1 p.m., the first clipper has moved out to sea, and we have a break in the snow. But do not be fooled into thinking we are done. While that first system is exiting, our second clipper is already developing in the northern Rockies. This second system is going to track along almost the exact same path as the first one, which means areas that got snow Thursday night are going to get hit again on Saturday. Friday evening around 8 p.m., we have snow already developing in Montana from this second system. Rapid City, South Dakota, will see snow increasing Friday evening into Friday night. This system is organizing and beginning its journey eastward. Now we jump ahead to Saturday, and Saturday is when the second clipper really gets going. Picture here is Saturday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. We have another organized band of snow, possibly even more intense than the first one, setting up from Iowa through Illinois, Indiana, and into Ohio. Des Moines gets hammered again with heavy snow, this time during the day, Saturday. Chicago, which was too far north to get much from the first clipper, finally sees accumulating snow from this second system. Indianapolis gets hit again with another round of heavy snow. Dayton gets another dose. Columbus, Ohio starts to see heavy snow developing Saturday afternoon. The timing of this second system is particularly problematic because it hits on a Saturday afternoon when many people are out and about. People are shopping. People are traveling to visit family or friends. People are out running errands. Roads that were clear Saturday morning are going to become snow-covered and slippery very quickly Saturday afternoon. Visibility will drop. Traffic will slow significantly. This is when we are going to see the most widespread problems with travel. By Saturday evening around 7 p.m., this second clipper continues moving east and south. The snow spreads into Pennsylvania and parts of Maryland. Pittsburgh will be dealing with accumulating snow Saturday evening. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, will see snow. Even areas that missed most of the first clipper, like parts of West Virginia and western Maryland, could see several inches from this second system. The second clipper actually appears to have a bit more moisture available, which means it has the potential to produce higher snowfall totals, especially east of the Ohio Valley. As we go into Saturday night and approach Sunday morning, the snow finally tapers off and ends. But this is when the second major story of this event takes over: the extreme cold. As that clipper pulls away Saturday night, the wind shifts to come straight out of the northwest, and that allows the Arctic air to come pouring in. Saturday night into Sunday morning is when temperatures absolutely crash and wind chills become dangerous and potentially life-threatening across a large area. Now, let's talk in detail about the cold, because this is the part of the forecast that requires the most serious attention and preparation. This is dangerous cold that we do not see very often, even during the middle of winter. Starting with Friday morning, December 12th, we have cold air already in place across the region. Minneapolis Friday morning will be around 5 degrees. That is cold but not extreme. Fargo will be near 0. Bismarck around -5 degrees. As we move south, Chicago Friday morning will be around 15 degrees. Milwaukee around 10 degrees. Des Moines around 10. Indianapolis around 20 degrees. Cincinnati around 25. These are cold temperatures that are below average, but they are temperatures that people can manage with proper winter clothing and preparation. Saturday morning, December 13th, the cold intensifies quite a bit. Minneapolis Saturday morning drops to a dangerous -10 degrees. Fargo plunges to -20 degrees. Bismarck hits -25 degrees. Duluth drops to -15. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, -20. These are dangerous actual air temperatures, where prolonged exposure without proper protection can lead to frostbite within 30 minutes. Moving south, Chicago Saturday morning falls to near 0 degrees. Milwaukee drops to -5. Green Bay hits -10. Madison, Wisconsin, -10. Indianapolis Saturday morning will be around 10 degrees. Dayton around 10. Cincinnati around 15. Sunday morning, December 14th, is when we hit the absolute bottom, the coldest point of this entire event. This is the morning that is going to be most dangerous. Bismarck, North Dakota could wake up to a life-threatening -30 degrees. I want you to understand how cold that is. -30 degrees actual air temperature. Fargo could see -25 degrees. Aberdeen, South Dakota -25. Pierre, South Dakota -25. Minneapolis could drop to -15 degrees. Duluth, -20. Sioux Falls, -20. Grand Forks, North Dakota, -25. These are extremely cold temperatures that are rare even for these locations that are used to harsh winters. Even well away from the core of the coldest air, temperatures will be extreme. Des Moines Sunday morning could hit -15 degrees. Omaha, Nebraska, -10. Sioux City, Iowa, -15. Chicago Sunday morning around -10 degrees. Milwaukee, -10. Rockford, Illinois, -10. Green Bay, -15. Madison, -15. We are looking at 0 degrees reaching all the way down into Indiana. Indianapolis could wake up to 0 degrees Sunday morning. Fort Wayne, 0 degrees. South Bend, Indiana near 0. Bloomington, Indiana near 0. Even further south and east, Dayton, Ohio could be around 5 degrees. Columbus around 5 degrees. Cincinnati around 10 degrees. Louisville, Kentucky, could be near 0 Sunday morning. The cold reaches surprisingly far south with this outbreak. Nashville, Tennessee, could wake up to around 15 degrees Sunday morning. Evansville, Indiana near 0 degrees. Paducah, Kentucky around 5. Springfield, Missouri around 5 degrees. Even places like Oklahoma City and Tulsa, Oklahoma will be around 20 degrees, which is well below what is typical for mid-December in those areas. The only part of the eastern United States that will feel anywhere close to normal Sunday morning is the very southern tip of Florida, where temperatures will still be in the 70s. But everyone else from the Rocky Mountains eastward to the Atlantic Ocean and from the Canadian border southward to the Gulf of Mexico is dealing with significantly below average temperatures. The most extreme and most dangerous cold will be concentrated across the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Iowa, but nobody is escaping this cold outbreak entirely. Now we need to have a very serious discussion about wind chills, because this is where the cold goes from being uncomfortable to being potentially life-threatening if you are not careful. Wind chill is what the temperature feels like on your exposed skin when you factor in the effect of the wind. Wind strips away the thin layer of warm air that naturally surrounds your body, and it accelerates the rate at which your body loses heat to the environment. When you have very cold air temperatures combined with moderate to strong winds, the wind chill can be significantly colder than the actual air temperature, and it is that wind chill that determines how quickly frostbite can develop on exposed skin. Saturday night into Sunday morning, we are going to have truly dangerous and potentially life-threatening wind chills across the northern plains and the upper Midwest. Bismarck, North Dakota wind chills could plunge to -50 degrees Saturday night into Sunday morning. That is an extreme wind chill. Fargo wind chills could reach -45 to -50 degrees. At these extreme wind chills, frostbite can develop in less than 5 minutes on any exposed skin. Minneapolis wind chills could drop to -35 to -40 degrees. Duluth, -40 degrees. Aberdeen, South Dakota, -45 degrees. Sioux Falls, -40 degrees. Rapid City, -40 degrees. Even in areas that are south of the worst cold, wind chills will still be dangerous. Des Moines wind chills could reach -25 to -30 degrees. Omaha, -25 degrees. Sioux City, -30 degrees. Chicago wind chills Saturday night into Sunday morning around -15 to -20 degrees. Milwaukee, -25 degrees. Green Bay, -30 degrees. Madison, -30 degrees. Rockford, -20 degrees. Indianapolis wind chills could drop to -10 to -15 degrees. Fort Wayne, -10 degrees. Dayton, -5 to -10 degrees. Cincinnati, -5 to -10 degrees. These are dangerous wind chills that can cause frostbite very quickly on any exposed skin. With wind chills in the -30 to -50 range, we are talking about frostbite potentially developing in 10 minutes or less, and in the absolutely coldest locations, in 5 minutes or less. This is not something to take lightly. This is not cold where you can just step outside quickly without proper protection. If you absolutely have to go outside during this time, You must take proper precautions. Cover every inch of exposed skin. Wear layers starting with a moisture-wicking base layer. Add an insulating middle layer. Top it with a windproof outer shell. Wear insulated gloves. Wear a hat that covers your ears. Use a scarf or face mask to protect your face and nose. Limit time outdoors to only what is absolutely necessary. If you must be outside for more than a few minutes, take warming breaks indoors frequently. Certain groups need to be especially careful. Anyone who works outdoors needs frequent warming breaks. People waiting for public transportation need shelter. Parents need to closely supervise children outside. Elderly individuals need to be checked on regularly. Anyone with heart or lung conditions should stay indoors as much as possible because extreme cold can trigger serious health problems. If you take proper precautions, you can stay safe. The danger comes from underestimating how cold it is or not realizing how quickly frostbite develops. Now let's discuss the snow because we have two systems bringing accumulations to a large area. From the first clipper Thursday into Friday, here are the expected totals. Indianapolis, 3 to 5 inches. Fort Wayne, 3 to 4. Bloomington, Indiana, 4 to 5. In Illinois, Peoria, 4 to 5 inches. Springfield, 3 to 5. Bloomington, 3 to 4. In Iowa, Cedar Rapids, 2 to 4. Davenport, 3 to 4. Des Moines, 2 to 3. In Ohio, Cincinnati, 3 to 4. Dayton, 2 to 3. Columbus, 1 to 3. Adding the second clipper Saturday, totals increase significantly. Indianapolis could see 5 to 8 inches total. Cincinnati, 6 to 8 total. Columbus, 4 to 6. Dayton, 4 to 6. Des Moines, 4 to 6. Chicago, 3 to 5. Peoria, 5 to 7. Bloomington, Illinois, 5 to 7. Lake effect snow adds 12 to 16 inches in western New York, 15 to 17 inches south of Watertown, 8 to 12 in Erie, Pennsylvania, and 6 to 10 in western Michigan. Travel will be extremely hazardous Thursday evening and again Saturday afternoon across all major routes, including Interstate 80, Interstate 70, Interstate 65, and Interstate 75. If travel is not essential, postpone it until conditions improve. After this Arctic outbreak passes, we are looking at a major pattern flip. By the middle of December, areas that are 40 degrees below average this weekend could be 20 to 30 degrees above average. This warm pattern could last through the Christmas holiday. Here is what you need to do to prepare. Today, Thursday, and tomorrow, Friday, are your action days. Get groceries for several days. Fill your gas tank completely. Pick up all medications you need. Check that your heating system is working properly. Have emergency supplies ready, including flashlights, batteries, blankets, and food. Saturday through Sunday morning, stay home if at all possible. Saturday, the snow makes travel dangerous. Sunday morning, the extreme cold makes even being outside hazardous. For your vehicle, if you must travel, full tank of gas, ice scraper and snow brush, small shovel, sand or kitty litter for traction, emergency kit with blankets and extra warm clothing, flashlight, phone charger, food, and water. Let someone know your travel plans and expected arrival time. For your home, verify heating system works, have backup heat ready but never use generators indoors, have flashlights and batteries for potential power outages, stock extra food and water for at least 3 days, make sure you have all necessary medications, charge all electronic devices, know the location of warming centers in your area, check on elderly neighbors and make sure they have adequate heat and supplies, bring all pets indoors, do not leave animals outside in this extreme cold. Make sure everyone in your family understands the plan. This is a serious weather event with dangerous cold and hazardous snow, but if you prepare properly and take the necessary precautions, you will be fine. The danger comes from being unprepared or underestimating the conditions. Take this seriously. Respect the cold. Respect the travel hazards. Be prepared. We will continue to monitor this situation and provide updates. I will have another forecast tomorrow, Friday, with any changes to the timing or snowfall amounts, and the latest on the temperature forecast. Make sure you stay informed and do not miss important updates. Stay safe out there. Look out for each other. Check on your neighbors. Be prepared, not scared, and we will see you in the next one.